players are just magicians. Oh, they hit him again. What a pass! What a pass! What a try! Beautiful stuff. Something must have hit him. Flucked down in the air like an eagle hawk. Oh, how good is that? It doesn't get any better for the boys. Bringing the crowd to their feet. Sensational stuff. Miraculous pass. Here's a try. Beautifully put together. You won't see too much better than that.
Tonight, it's sudden death in the first elimination final as the Canberra Raiders host the Manly Seagulls. The Sports Tab Final Series, right here on the Wide World of Sports.
10 becomes 9 tonight as we welcome you to the opening elimination playoff in this year's Sports Tab Final Series. 7th takes on 10th, and that means Manly Warringah travel here to Bruce Stadium to take on the Canberra Raiders. With both sides finishing outside the top 6, no second chance for the loser tonight. They bow out for 98. For the winner, if they are to lift the inaugural NRL Premiership Trophy, this must be the first of a 5-game winning sequence. And Paul Borton, that's not strange to these two sides. They've won a heap of matches lately. How do you see this one?
Both teams come into this game, Peter, in superlative form. The Manly side, after round 14, appeared gone to goings, you know. They'd only won 4 out of the first 14. They'd come with a withering burst, winning 9 of their last 10, and in doing so played some very impressive football. While the Canberra side, they won 5 in a row before getting beaten in the last round, round 24, at the hands of Melbourne. 16 points to 12, so both teams in great form, Pete. We'll look at a few of the stats now from both of these sides, some very impressive stats. The Canberra side, they're ranked 4th as far as the attack is concerned, 102 tries, a good effort there. Defensively, they're ranked 8th, a little bit lower. And goal kicking, David Furner, 71 from 104, 68%. That's probably down on previous years, Peter, but he's still a very handy goal kicker. Their recent form, they lost that last game, as I said, 16 points to 12. Before that, a struggling victory over a weakened St George side and a handy victory over the Magpies, who ran last. Some of the players out tonight, Peter, include Daly, Nagus, Boyle, Croker and Kennedy. Nagus, Croker and Kennedy all pulled out this afternoon. That's a huge blow to the Raiders.
And Manly's season thus far, it was obviously hurt by their poor form early. They were ranked 7th after 24 rounds, averaging just under 4 tries a game. They've conceded 81. That's almost 3.5 per game. Their goal kicker, Luke Phillips, he's had a great season in general play. He's kicked 50 from 82 for 61%. They finished with a flourish. Their most important win of the season, obviously, was last week's win over Auckland. That got them a top 10 spot. And they're pretty well situated here with players on the sideline. Only front rower Neil Tierney is missing for the rest of the year. He is out with a knee problem. And Paul, tonight it is a home ground advantage for Canberra. They've played here 11 times and won 9, but it is balanced by the amount of players we've seen on the sideline for them.
Yeah, Pete, plenty of players out tonight, but I think there's a bit of a bonus happening for Canberra tonight because Mark McClendon comes into the starting lineup in the 5/8 role. He's been in terrific form, McClendon. As a matter of fact, when he came on against Melbourne last week, he really sparked them. Here's their team tonight. Mullins is fullback, McNamara, Vayner-Colo on the wings, Brandon Pearson in the centres with Ruben Wiki. McClendon, the man of the moment, he's at 5'8". Halfback is Ricky Stuart. The lock forward is Bradley Clyde, in fantastic form, Clyde. Furner and Hetherington back in the second row. Brown in the front row with Luke DeVico. Simon Wolford is the hooker, coached by Mal Meninga.
And as is generally the case for Manly, a couple of late positional changes. Phillips is the fullback, Torrens and Duncan the wingers, Hopawade and Hill the centre pairing. Cliff Lyons comes into the starting lineup at 5'8". That pushes Craig Field to halfback. Nick Kosef locks the scrum. Sedaris drops back into the second row with Steve Menzies. Kallela, Gardner and Jeff Tuvey moves to hooker. He was named at halfback. He captains the side. He's obviously had a heap of experience there. That pushes Adam Peters onto the interchange bench. Their coach is Bob Fulton. Paul, it's going to be an emotional series for the Canberra side in the next couple of weeks if they stay around that long. A lot of their stars leaving, and tonight it is definitely Ricky Stuart's last home game at Bruce.
That's right, Pete, and a big crowd turning out to eulogise their idol tonight, Ricky Stuart. He's been here 11 years, and what a player he's been involved in all their premiership wins. That's 3 of them. This is an example of what Ricky Stuart means to this Canberra side, Peter. His kicking game is so pinpoint. He sets up his wingers and outside backs, and Manly, I think, will have to watch Ricky Stuart tonight with those sort of kicks.
Well, one man Canberra will need to watch is Steve Menzies. He's a try-scoring freak. He's already crossed the stripe 20 times this year. 91 times out of 129 matches. That is quite remarkable, and he's been on fire in recent weeks. He scored 8 tries in the last 3 outings. Paul, I know what your heart says. What about your head?
I am tipping Manly tonight, Peter. Since round 14, as I mentioned, in the last 10 games, Manly's defence, they've averaged only 14 points against them every game. That's a huge improvement to the 24 points against them before that. I think if they can hold Canberra to 14 points tonight, their attack is so good with Menzies and Lyons and the like, I think they'll get home. Pete?
I'm going for a Manly victory as well. The late changes have obviously hurt Canberra, and I do think if Manly can close down McClendon, Werner and Brett Mullins, that takes away a lot of the strike power from this Canberra team. So for our first elimination playoff game for 1998, here's Ray Warren.
Thank you, Peter. A very big crowd in at Bruce Stadium. They've opened some new seating as they continue to construct this magnificent ground. The master and the pupil, prior to going to the dressing rooms to talk to their teams in consultation. Manly coming out. The underdogs tonight. Tremendous presentation here in Canberra to open the Sports Tab final series. John Hopewadi with a big job to do in the centres tonight, with Terry Hill up against Brandon Pearson and Ruben Wickie, and Craig Field in the run-on side. Great atmosphere, and the start of what is going to be a magnificent 5 weekends of rugby league. The NRL final series. Canberra taking the field with several of their stars making that run out to the dressing rooms for the last time. David Furner, the new captain, and Stuart, of course, one of several that will leave the club and leave some moments of great glory behind them. He plays his 202nd first grade game tonight. Steve Roach is on the sidelines and he's with Laurie Daly.
Yeah, Laurie, how you feeling, mate? First sudden death semi-final you've missed for a while.
Yeah, it certainly is, Bock. I think it's the first semi-final that I've ever missed, and the nerves are certainly turning in the stomach.
Well, what about McLinden, the rookie of the year? He usually comes off the bench for the Canberra Raiders. How's he going to handle your position? Yeah,
he'll do an outstanding job. Obviously, I think Manly will probably try and target him, but I haven't seen a better kid at this age, and mate, the crowd's right behind us. Got a lot of injuries, but mate, it'll be a great game.
And home ground advantage to you, how big a plus is that going to be?
Yeah, it's a great... Obviously playing home on a Friday night, we've got a good track record, but I know the guys are pumped up, mate, and we're going to go well.
Well, looking forward to your comments. 7 degrees down here on the sideline. Should be a beauty, Ray. I'm really looking forward to this one. 2 attacking sides.
Steve Roach with Laurie Daly there. A forecast minimum of 0 degrees tonight. Mick Cossett. Of course, this grand champion. Joins Paul Langback in second equal placing on the list of all-time appearances in Premiership first grade tonight. His 312th first grade appearance, and only Terry Lamb on 349 has played more. The big game, the big start.
Stay behind, fellas.
And the #1 referee. Bill Harrigan's in charge. Craig Field kicks off. And the final series is away to a sensational start. Touched by Stuart. Manly will get a dream commencement to the game.
Well, he was never, ever going to get to that football, Ricky Stuart. I can't believe that he put his hand up.
Get set, you're going to take the lead.
Manly will get possession in the opening seconds in the best attacking position possible.
Hopewadi. Held out there eventually by Mullins. He needed some help though. Tooby back on the left for Cossett. Heavy tackling by Canberra. That brought a groan from the crowd. Now Sedaris, and they swatted him. Very small front row for Manly with Sedaris there with Kalila. Now Lyons. Oh! He baffled them. He was, I believe, on his way.
Well, this has been one of Manly's pet plays for the last few weeks. Cliffy Lyons, Menzies running out wide. In a decoy situation, sometimes he gets it, sometimes he doesn't. Cliffy dummied too many times there and dummied to himself and dropped it.
Locks in, get in, get the head in.
Canberra will come off their own line. He didn't expect to be here, but an uncustomary mistake by Ricky Stuart. Now it's their job to work it away. They're on the 20 through Hetherington. Was there a knock on? Yes, there was. Oh, Canberra have come here with buttered fingers tonight.
Here we are, Canberra, back it up.
Well, sometimes when your enthusiasm is so high, your technique goes out the window. And Wolford, he was away before he'd picked the football up.
Let's get set before we go.
We've had under less than 2 minutes and already 3 handling errors. Put those down to nerves.
Stop, Manly, back off. Right now, hold.
Both sides realising the importance of a good start, and Manly have opened up the right-hand side of the field for Terry Hill.
So Hill is around Pearson for the corner. He's home singing ragtime. Terry Hill got rid of Brendan Pearson, and it's gone in to score for Manly.
Oh, they love putting on set moves from scrum wins, and they do it better than anybody else, Manly. This gave them the opportunity. Simon Wolford not getting possession in dummy half. And have a look at this. If we freeze play here, you've got all of the Manly players over here. What that has done is open up this side of the field. It's allowed Terry Hill a lot of space to get outside this man. And as play continues, that's exactly what he does. He uses his speed in and away. Pearson goes low, and Terry Hill able to escape the clutches of Brad Clyde. And Manly, they've executed it perfectly, just what they were trying to do.
Well, he's had the best year of rugby league he's ever played, Terry Hill. Fantastic try. He's the best right-hand side runner I've seen in a long, long time. And good start to the Eagles, but gee, Canberra, the handling mistakes have cost them 4, possibly 6.
Here's Phillips, 10 metres in from touch, he's just wide. Manly first try at the 2nd minute for Terry Hill. This is how it happened, Steve Roach.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger man than you think, and that's why Bobby Fulton has set that play. Terry Hill gets on the outside of his man as he normally does. Pearson can't come up with a tackle. And just quickly, Ray, too, there's been 3 errors early in the match. Very slippery underfoot down here. Plenty of dew have fallen this afternoon.
Steve Roach is on the sidelines. He's with Laurie Daly. We'll be in touch with Laurie through the night. But 2 embarrassing mistakes for Canberra, particularly by Ricky Stuart, has seen Manly grab a 4-0 lead. Jerry Hill coming away from the in goal. And there was an example of what Steve Roach was talking about. They had a lot of rain here last weekend. And this ground, though it looks beautifully prepared, is quite greasy as Kallela brings it out to the 20-metre line, his own end of the park. A dream start for Bob Fulton's team. This is Daniel Gartner, who's tackled just inside the 30-metre line. Tuvey to the blind. Trying to promote Torrens. Canberra hit with injuries for the match. As you know, 3 of their stars pulling out only today as Field gets a kick away. And Mullen, watching it like a hawk, now brings it back.
A fairly high shot there on Brett Mullins, but Craig Field did marvellously well there. He was under enormous pressure. He got a good kick in. He was only just outside his 30 metres, so Canberra had muscled up in defence. And now Brett Hetherington takes it forward, close to the halfway line.
One of the players leaving Canberra. Now it's DeVico. Wolford looking around, left and right. They go left for Brad. He's put away 35 metres out from the Manly line now. Again with Wolford, and they come open side to the boot of Stuart. And the McDonald's football in the air. Down it comes, and Phillips. Wolford was a bit concerned that he might have been called out by the referee for attacking the head. He put his hands up apologetically. Papawati away from the 20. Wiki comes over the top. And Stuart was underneath, wishing that he wasn't. Gartner now. 4-0 Manly, a try at the 2nd minute. Scored by Terry Hill, the only man standing on the right of the field. Up against at least 3 Canberra players, and he was able to beat them. Tuvey Field. Again to the right of the ground. That's Canberra's right. And Bainacolo refuses to run around them. Sadaris underneath. Kilella over the top. 40-metre line, Canberra's end. Clyde. Smashed down over the top by Menzies. Tuvi underneath. Now DeVico over the halfway line. Canberra just putting themselves into a settling period. Getting over the shock of a very nervous start. Wolford with a scurry. Stuart inside. Mullins had to reach back to take it. Now they're 28 metres out on 5. Mullins playing it back for Wolford. Stuart, the boot, grubbing, in behind them. Phillips has got a problem. No, he hasn't. He's away. And Ferner has to try and bring him down. He doesn't make it. And Phillips is back into the field of play.
It doesn't get any better than that, rugby league. A fantastic kick. Phillips got the bad bounce and then plenty of work to do. Stewart's kicking game, which will be so instrumental if Canberra are to win this. And then a great effort to get back, easily beat the Ferner tackle and dived into the field of play.
Beautiful defence by Canberra. Great tackle by Bainacolo on Kilella.
Oh yeah, big tackle by the big winger, the number 5, Cruncher-Rooney, and then forced him over the touchline.
And that caused a little bit of feeling to come to the surface between the two sides. Hopewade coming back had a word to say. That's unusual. Canberra took offence at that. This young winger been enormously impressive in the last couple of months. See why he was in such great demand.
Canberra then, a chance to draw level. Mullins, first tackle, 27 out. Stuart, behind Hetherington, picking up Ferner. It's all gone wrong for Canberra. Now Ferner's got it back. 6 more tackles. It's Wiki. Stuart directing the traffic. Wiki playing it back for Wolford. Now Stuart. Then away from McClendon. McClendon running with the ball out in front of him before taking the tackle. Wolford down the left. DeVico. Canberra. They can sense there's a chance on. Wolford. Oh, a knock on. They've done it again, Canberra.
Well, first of all, Manly, who couldn't clean up the earlier drop ball by Ferner, and was there a strip in that? Gee, it looked like it.
Well, I disagree, Paul. I think DeVico lost the football. It was quite a pretty strong start from DeVico. That's a big mistake because they had plenty of momentum coming that way. It wasn't Manly hand around it, but I do think DeVico had lost control of it before that became involved.
Just on the balls tonight, boys, they're brand spankers. New McDonald's footballs, and I saw a couple last night in the footy show. They're rounder and fuller. They've probably got a bit of wax on them. So that's why all the handling areas.
Kilella, the touch judges come in from the far side. This will be for a high shot on Kilella.
Yes, and he'll go against Brandon Pearson, number 3.
Take him away. Take him away. From my angle. First point of contact with the head, and it was a swinging arm round to the head, put him right across the cheeks. All right. Get him down. Just lower him. Lower the tackles down.
Well, I think you'll find that one came up off the shoulder. Did end up around the neck area. That constitutes a penalty. I think it could have been play on, but Coach Jazz has seen it differently. Craig Field will find touch around the halfway line.
Craig Field finding the touch line.
He does better.
Down on the Canberra 40-metre line. Gartner tries to break the tackle of Clyde. Tuvi away on the left, a crosser, and then a decoy before he found Sadaris. Sadaris right across the park and links up with Torrens. Bainacolo thought about pulling him over the touchline. It would have brought a penalty. Field inside the 20. Now Menzies out where he loves to be. Intercepted accidentally. And it's Brandon Pearson. A bit of good fortune smiling on Canberra. McNamara brought down short of halfway.
A great tackle from Steve Menzies as well. Pearson the centre. In a foot race with Steve Menzies, the back rower. Menzies came up with a great tackle. It may have been Phillips.
Time in possession dramatically in favour of Manly. And we're down on the Manly 40-metre line as DeVico plays it. Stuart is with it. Flicks it up for Clyde. Back inside for Mullen. Menzies waiting. Plucks him off. Stuart again to the 30-metre line. Puts it on the ground. Phillips has got support from Duncan. He's with it now.
I apologise to Luke Phillips on that tackle. I saw the one and I saw the headgear and assumed it was Steve Menzies. And it was the Manly custodian coming up with a big player, Sidaris. Corella beats a couple. Fine support in field. Long pass.
Griffey Lyons has lost it, but it went backwards. So he plays it back on his own 10-metre line. Kossev. Shoulder charge from Ferner went wrong. 4-0 Manly. Try to Terry Hill. 2.5 minutes into the game. Sidaris. 25 out from his own line. Toovey on the right. Field across the line. Lyons has got out wide. Hill calling for it, but he's put the kick on it. And it's gone over the sideline about 30 metres out from the Canberra line. We will go to a break, our first of the night. At the 12th minute, 4-0 Manly.
Tonight's news update is brought to you by AGL Living Energy.
Good evening. A man guilty of the attempted murder and rape of a Girilang woman has been sentenced to 12 years jail. Svetlan Sokolovich will spend at least 8 years in prison, but still denies the rape and believes his victim is partly to blame for the assault. The vote on Paul Osborne's anti-abortion bill is set to go down to the wire. One vote is likely to swing it either way. The public sector union is urging an inquiry into allegations that 17 staff with the Bureau of Statistics have been distributing pornography on their computer network. All homes for sale in Canberra will soon be required to have an energy rating. A new Aboriginal liaison officer has been appointed by the Australian Federal Police. In sport, Canberra Racecourse will become the centre of attention with the Magic Millions next week. And Canberra's weather, positively summery, fine, settled, sunny and 17 degrees forecast for tomorrow. The fine weather to continue. More news later. Good night.
Why scramble up your budget when GIO Australia lets you pay your insurance by the month? Pay your home and contents insurance by the month. Pay your car insurance by the month. Pay your boat insurance by the month. Pay your caravan insurance by the month. Unscramble your budget. Just call GIO Australia for full details on the convenient way to pay your insurance. And that's the way it ought to be.
Living Energy from your Australian gas and electricity company.
Without the fuss, call us at Southern Plumbing Plus. We've got the service, fully trained advice for hardware, bathrooms, more than you think. In fact, everything plus the kitchen sink. When you need more than plumbing gear, call us. Call Southern Plumbing Plus.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Allen's quick $1 million of winter stock. Up to 50% off store-wide. Ladies, men's, kids and Manchester, Allen's final winter stock clearance must end Saturday.
If you need shoes for the Canberra Times Fun Run, get them now to run them in before the event. You'll get expert advice and fitting from everybody at the runner's shop, including Brian Wen, who'll also be a competitor on the day. I wonder if he'll win this one.
Hey, hey, enjoyment. Hey, hey, excitement. Hey, hey, entertainment.
The one, the only.
Hey, hey, it's Saturday with Desway, Carly Minogue, and guest host Richard Stubbs at a special time of 8:30 on Win. In the name of genetic excellence,
we are talking about $1 million research house.
Man strives to create perfection.
In the wrong hands, it can be a deadly weapon.
But perfection isn't without sacrifice.
We're not talking about man's best friend.
No, he's trying to kill me.
A report will try and uncover the truth.
I'm doing this with or without you.
A scientist will fight for the progress of mankind.
sitting on a time bomb.
Ali Schutte and Lance Henriksen in Man's Best Friend, Monday 9:30 on Win.
Welcome back. We're at Bruce Stadium for the first night of the Sports Tab Final Series. And it's Manly 4, Canberra 0, as Pearson plays the ball for Canberra. And they reach the 40-metre line through Anthony Brad. Wolford, DeVico. Got a late inclusion in the run-on team, and he's making every post a winner on the halfway line as he plays it. Stuart now, over for McClendon. Now Pearson, back for Mullen. They're not the finely tuned machine of years gone by. There doesn't seem to be the understanding, particularly out in the three quarters. Clyde.
One thing about that, Ray, is that they seem to play like that, and all of a sudden they explode and put on something magical. As Whitley Stewart again goes to the air. Phillips underneath it, tough take, but again diffuses the bomb. Little trouble.
He's been doing it all year, Luke Phillips. Even when they were getting beaten early in the year, Manly, Luke Phillips could hold his head up. Gartner is tackled just inside the Manly 30-metre line. And Crosseff now, leading the charge. Picking up Hopewadi. Hopewadi making good yards near the halfway line. Tupi now, the field. Field playing out in the pivot role, getting this kick to go down into the end goal for Mullins. And Mullins brought down just outside the 10. Canberra players endeavour to get back on side, and Vainikolo makes a worthwhile contribution. A run of 15 metres on the second play. Stuart cutting out of forward, picking up McClendon. Pearson out wide, put away by Hill. Hill beat Pearson badly when he scored his try at the second minute. Further, halfway line. Stuart cross after dummying a couple of times. And Lyons is onto it. Wolford. His kick. Infield for Torrens. And Brad Clyde made a lot of ground to make that tackle. Good chase by the Canberra lock. Gartner now. A lot of hit-ups for Daniel Gartner.
That's 9 hit-ups already in a very short period of time. And isn't the centre battle shaping up very nicely? Two volatile customers in Brandon Pearson and Terry Hill up against each other. They put their bodies on the line as Jeff Tooby finds some space in the middle of the ruck. Vico drags him down, 42 out.
Now Sedaris making a lot of metres before he found the defence line, and an attempted intercept by Hetherington. It went wrong, so Manly will get the loose head and feed to a scrum just on their side of halfway.
And Craig Field, I think when Craig Field turned his season around and the whole Manly side turned around, he's one of the reasons they came good in the last 10 games. He was a very, very good rugby league player at South Sydney. He took his time to settle into the Manly side, but his last half of the season's been terrific.
Laurie Daly on the sideline. 16 minutes gone in this game. What have you made of the match so far and the start from Canberra?
Yeah, it's obviously not the start we wanted. We've made a lot of errors, so we're certainly sure that the boys know that by now, but we've just got to make sure we put pressure on their playmakers and don't give them too much space.
Hopewadi. Manly scrum has Sedaris at hooker. Big tackle on Crosseff. Hetherington just checking out that Crosseff was okay. Show of sportsmanship, Kalella. Inside the 30-metre line now, Sedaris. And a struggling run, but a good run. Ending about 18 metres away from the try line. Manly. Another opportunity. Craig Field tried to step. Lost his footing. Gartner. Now the line. Puts a little grubbing kick in, looking for Menzies. Mullins can't get back. Line drop out. Good pressure from Manly.
Cliff Lyons did nothing more there than make sure that they would get a restart from under the posts. They're putting it through He's obviously hoping there might be some mistake. The foremost in his mind is the fact that they would get another set of 6 and maintain the pressure from the line drop out.
Hetherington has come off. And referee Bill Harrigan is calling hold as DeVico also comes off for Canberra. Just back to that Manly pack. It's Sidaris at hooker. Gardner's packing into the front row with Kalila. Kosef Menzies second row. Tuvey at lock. And Field at halfback. 18th minute of the game. Just going past us now as Stuart sends it down and Phillips puts Gardner back.
Okay, Canberra, quick, have a look, one.
Payton is on for Hetherington. Here's Kalila now. Clyde under the legs. Back for line. Now, out to Menzies. Menzies wrestled down by Ruben Wiki. Canberra desperate not to let Manly in again. Sidaris. Sidaris! He's lost the ball. And Bill Harrigan will put a scrum down 10 metres out and 20 metres in on the Canberra end of the ground.
Well, he's been very strong as well, Jim Sidaris. Not only his dummy half running, but he's running in general plays. Got a raving commission tonight. On that occasion, the strong defence from Ruben Wiki over the top forced the ball loose. They've done well, Canberra, because Manly's had a lot of the tilt.
Yes, it was a dreadful end to the season in 1997 for Sidaris when he was suspended coming into the grand final. He would like it better than most people if this Manly team could go all the way. David Atkins on in 19 for Canberra. As Clyde makes it out to about 35 metres from his own line. And here is Payton, Todd Payton, product of Canberra juniors. Stuart putting it between the winger and the fullback as best he could. And it is Phillips bringing it back using Torrens. Torrens 22 metres away from his own line. Field, cross quickly for Hill. Hill puts on a spurt. Pearson takes him, but Duncan took the ball out to the 40-metre line before McNamara made the tackle. Now Field. Short pass on the inside for Gartner. Manly with a big back line, quite flat out to the left as they go down the blind to Kosef. And he's about 6 metres into Canberra's area.
Walker, Canberra might have made quite a few mistakes early in this game, but physically their defence has been very strong, although Stuart misses that tackle.
Yeah, it certainly has. The Manly side keep coming this short side, right-hand defence of the Canberra Raiders, and they've been asked to do a lot of tackles, haven't they? Ruben Wiki's had to make a fair few along with Benacalo, but I'd have to say that the Manly side look a lot slicker than Canberra.
So Bill Harrigan penalising Ricky Stuart for this. Harrigan had a very good view of it, and he penalised Stuart for a swinging arm in the tackle. So Manly a chance to build up another attack, which might well take them in for their second try of the night. Field. They go to a wide running forward in Kalila. He's about 33 metres away on the first tackle. Kosef. Hill on the second. Just outside the 20-metre line. Tuvey. Field. This is the third play. Line. And Menzies loses it. Menzies losing it. Canberra will have to get the advantage, or Bill Harrigan will put a scrum down. And he orders the zero tackle and gives Canberra possession. The crowd a little bit bemused by that, wondering how they got an advantage when in fact Manly knocked it on 10 metres up the track. But this really is their first tackle now. Wolford. Finn. Hard tackle by Lyons and Menzies. DeVico. Himself down the right of the ground. About 9 metres in from touch on the main grandstand side. Stuart fires it across to the other side. McClendon. And then Pearson. Mullins appealing for a penalty and getting it. He claims he was held out of it.
And he was, no doubt about it. It's a good play, McClendon, the inside ball to Pearson. Pearson's at his best when he's running straight and hard like this. Nearly gets through, and Kalila was knocking and bumping Brett Mullins out of the way. And surprisingly, not taking the kick for goal, Canberra.
Kalila coming off. Peters has gone on for Manly. Canberra on tackle 1 at 11 metres from the Manly line. They go down the short side. Pearson. Second play. Stuart. Furman. McClendon cuts out Ricky. Mullins in from the back and then he passes into mid-air. As we go to our second break, Manly in front, 4 points to 0.
Sunday night, a premiere special on the eve of the anniversary of Diana's death. See just how profound an effect she had on a public that loved her so dearly.
A nation is in deep mourning.
And the wide range of passions and emotions in the community and across the world that this tragedy brought about.
It's been marvellous. That's all I can say. It's been absolutely marvellous.
The hypocrisy surrounding this is massive, massive.
A premiere special, The Princess's People, Sunday 6:30 on Wins Our World.
Think about this. Is your money working as hard as it could?
I'm not sure. I work hard, but sometimes I ask myself, what do I really have to show for it?
It's not about being rich.
It's more about being comfortable.
Once we've paid off the house, I guess we can start thinking about other investments.
But is that enough?
Am I making the most of what I've got now? I don't really know.
Somehow, I don't think so.
St George have listened and come up with an idea that lets you build your assets step by step. An idea designed with you in mind, all of you. It's called Portfolio, and it's a welcome change for all Australian homeowners. Call 1-800-500-022. Welcome to St George.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Allen's Quick $1 million of winter stock. Up to 50% off store-wide. Ladies, men, kids and Manchester, Allen's final winter stock clearance must end Saturday.
Harvey Norman Fishwick is the place to save during our greatest ever floor covering clearance. 3 big days this Friday to Sunday only. Top name carpet. Reduced. Incredible timber bargains. Reduced. Quality vinyl in every style. Reduced. Our beautiful range of rugs. Reduced. Heaps of wall hangings. Reduced. The savings are unbelievable. But this Friday to Sunday only, Harvey Norman Fishwick's greatest ever floor covering clearance.
Call that a close shave. This is a close shave. This Father's Day, reward your dad with a microscreen intercept and get a double bonus, plus the chance to win a holiday for 4 to Disneyland. There's no better time to give Dad a close shave. Remington Microscreen Intercept.
The common pot plant, firstly, requires a pot. However, to nurture an uncommon pot plant, a rather special potting mix is needed. Therefore, at The Garden, we recommend Debco Terracotta and Tub Mix for all your pot-related pursuits. With Debco, it won't be long before your plants are turning a healthy shade of green. Debco Terracotta and Tub Mix, great value now at The Garden, and absolutely Botanicus Perfectus.
Now you can pay off your home fast and still be able to invest in shares at the same time. Call 1-800-500-022 and talk to St George about Portfolio. Welcome to St George.
Australia's medical time bomb.
There are around 230,000 people infected.
An epidemic, and most victims don't know they've got it. Also, Rod Taylor, how the boy from Oz made it huge in Hollywood.
It was my smooth Aussie charm, mate.
Sunday on 60 Minutes.
4-0 Manly. In front of a healthy crowd at Canberra. Temperature dropping. Algenik is on now for the Eagles. This is Gardner. Pulled down by Luke Prittis, who is on for Canberra. Sedaris for Menzies. Short passing, good support work. Tuvi, cut out pass, finding field. And he's lost the ball. And it's dived on there by Atkins for Canberra. So they get another chance, the Raiders. McClendon for Pearson.
And Craig Field is still down hurt. He was wiped out in that tackle. You can see him struggling or trying to get back in the line as Stuart, trying support on the inside, ends up in the hands of Clyde on the 30-metre line. There's Craig Field in all sorts of trouble. It looks like a leg problem.
Prittis, centre of the ground, 20 metres away from the Manly line. Stuart dummies one way, feeds it onto McClendon. Short ball for Ruben Wiki. Manly's defence holding. But for how long? Ferner. DeVico. DeVico gets it away. Prittis. Luke Prittis is so close. 5 tackles. McClendon. Stuart. Lovely long pass and Pearson is over and in for the try. They had to hold it. Harrigan looked at his touch judge, but Brandon Pearson, beaten by Terry Hill to let Manly's first try in, has picked up the try for Canberra.
He'll get great satisfaction out of scoring that try. And Brad Clyde, a beautiful tackle on Craig Field, not only forced the mistake, but it injured the halfback. And lovely vision here from Ricky Stuart. They just never recovered, man. As we freeze it there, you can see the winger. He doesn't know what to do. He's staying back. He's right on his own line. Just the 2 defenders. You'll actually see that there's another couple of Canberra players out wide here. And as Ricky Stuart decides who to throw it to, he finds out it's the try scorer, Brandon Pearson. As Ray pointed out, he will get enormous satisfaction. He'll realise that he was responsible for the first try being scored. He's got one back for his team.
Touch of inexperience there from Alf Duncan. I know he had plenty of troops out there, but I felt as though he had to keep the line with the other Manly players, and he didn't do that. Glad Fulton looks on. Werner a chance to put the Raiders in front for the first time.
They don't come any more difficult than this one for David Ferner. That's the 20-metre line. Hit it all right, but it's out in front of the uprights. So they've both scored a try, and they've both failed to convert. At the 26th minute, it's 4 points all. Another look at the try, Stephen Roach.
Oh, what a hit back there from the Canberra Raiders. They haven't had much football, but when they get it, they look good. A Brendan Pearson special. Too strong close to the line. He barges over, and what a clash it is between him and also Terry Hill today.
Back to halfway for Manly to restart. Brought a little smile to your face, Laurie, that try?
It certainly does, Rabs. We've just got to make sure, mate, we hang on to the ball and don't panic. We've done terrifically well to hold Manly out, but just got to make sure we just keep holding that ball.
Have you seen Canberra starters nervously?
No, I haven't, mate. We haven't started that bad all year, and obviously we've started bad, but our defence has held up pretty good.
Laurie Daly's on the sideline tonight with Steve Roach. As Channel 9 brings you the finals. Hetherington away. DeVico did magnificently to get there.
And unfortunately spoiled it by throwing a pass. He's grappling on the ground with Jim Sedaris. As Manly look to hit back straight away. Steve Menzies, fine Topawati on the inside. Good tackle low from Hetherington.
Still a bit of a disturbance going on. There's not much in it. Tuvi now to the 40-metre line. Canberra reassembling. Gardner pulled out by Stuart and by Prittis. Kosif. Inside ball. Menzies. On both sides. Had he have unloaded, Canberra would have been stretched. Tuvi. Lyons. Peters. Straight ahead. Running at Ricky Stuart. And eventually it was Ricky that made the tackle with Ferner. Now, Lyons puts the kick back and across. Up go the jumpers. And Harrigan on top of it.
Big green there.
And he's taking it out to the 20-metre line. That means that Mullins has marked it on the full.
Yeah, it's almost simultaneous, that one. Once again, some great Canberra defence. This break is it a sign of times to come with some with Priddis and of course Wolford doing some good work up the middle. Then there was a bit of a dust up, some punches thrown, and Mullins, yeah, he grabbed it.
Joe, there wasn't much in it by the same token. DeVico loses it again. Now a penalty. Bill Harrigan reckons there were two in the tackle.
That's on again. Craig Field and Luke DeVico don't see eye to eye. Obviously they don't because there's a fair size difference, but they have a disagreement. DeVico, well, he's been very powerful tonight. He's made a couple of mistakes, but he's really asking the question of the Manly defence, and he's obviously fired up because he's the one who tries to initiate a few things with the opposition.
DeVico again, putting himself into the action. Pearson will play it just inside the 30-metre line. Payton just outside the 20. Second play. Stuart back for Priddis. Now for Furner. Inside for McClendon. The dazzling feet of McClendon. Now Priddis to the 10. Furner. Furner taken down by Peters. Priddis is there. Stuart across. McClendon cutting out Clyde. Pearson. Pearson. If he could have got the arms free. Manly were in trouble. McClendon puts a kick in off the outside edge. And that's wonderful play for Canberra. We will take a break in front of the line dropout. It is 4-all at Bruce Stadium.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Superlink, coming soon to a club near you.
Good evening. Checking tomorrow's weather right across the region, starting with the coast. Some early morning fog, then fine and mainly sunny and reasonably mild. Tops around the 20-degree mark. On the tablelands tomorrow, fine and sunny conditions and a mild day for August. 17 degrees the high for Goulburn and the same for Cooma. More of the same for Canberra too. A fine and sunny Saturday with light and variable winds. 0 tonight, 17 tomorrow. Good night.
It's a fact. You could save money on your home or car insurance. So don't renew your insurance until you call GIO first on 13 10 10. One call could get you a much better deal.
Easy. Now that's the way insurance ought to be.
Superlink, a network of poker machines across the entire ACT, building the largest cash jackpot you ever imagined. Superlink starts at $100,000 and grows up to $500,000. Someone will win, and it could be you. Superlink, coming soon to a club near you. Superlink.
Here, the Land Rover Discovery starts below 30.
That's nothing. Out here, it starts below 40. Check out the Discovery range at your local Land Rover dealer.
Hey, Phil. Frank. Davo. Hey, what's up? I got in at 4 last night. Spent most of the day in the doghouse. Oh, mate. Jeez. So what did it cost you to get out? One shopping trip. Ooh, jeez. And an earful about how I should dress smart. Look, mate, don't worry. At least you're still allowed out by yourself, eh?
Hi, guys. Frank, Phil.
G'day.
Roger David. Ultra Speed shaves you just that little bit closer.
You don't have to buy it, Town and Country hire it.
If you've got paving to do, maybe a load or two, the grass needs a mow, and some help to make it grow. Town and Country hire it. Getting rid of garden waste or putting a trench in place. Want to hoe the easy way or throw a party for the day? Dig it, cut it, lift it, fix it, whatever you have to do, don't just hire it, Town and Country hire it.
You don't have to buy it, Town and Country hire it.
Town and Country.
Australia's east coast destroyed by a tsunami. Japan engulfed by volcanoes. New York obliterated by earthquakes.
Change is upon us. Major change.
Ancient prophets and modern visionaries agree on one thing. With the new millennium comes an age of disaster.
It will not simply be earthquakes and tidal waves. It'll be war.
Will we afford to ignore the warnings?
We're in for big trouble.
A thought-provoking premiere. Wednesday, 9:30 on Win. Prophecy and prediction. Threat or warning.
The finals. Brought to you by Sports Tab.
Oh, is that a knock on?
DeVico.
I'll tell you what,
Oh, hang on. Here's Sedaris in trouble too.
a spear tackle now.
Legs up past parallel, fellas. It's out of mine. That wasn't a knock. It wasn't a knock on, Jeff.
Well, Jeff Tuvey saying it was there a knock on. You bet it was.
Yeah, it was a knock on.
And I mean, Harrigan never got any help from his touch judges. They were the ones back where the ball was, and there was the lifting tackle.
And that's exactly the kind of tackle, I think, last year, the one you were talking about, Ray, that saw him miss the grand final.
It was on a bloke called Bonetti, I think, from Sydney City. Ruben Wiki now. Just inside the 20-metre line. It is 4 points all, and this man is playing so well. Luke DeVico. Wolford. Stuart in for Hetherington to go up the middle. Tuvey hangs on with Gardner. Manly might have had the better of the first part of this match, but Canberra storming back. And now, Furner's pass for Mullins to score. The big fullback is over, but David Furner, the captain, has put his hand up and offloaded magnificent. Oh, you won't see much better than this from Furner.
And I haven't seen much better than this from Canberra in quite a while. They've won a lot of games, but they look great out there. And this is one of their pet plays. An inside ball. We freeze it there. Just have a look at these Manly players. They don't see the danger coming with this man through the middle, especially this Manly defender. As play continues, the gap opens up because they haven't realised that the pass back on the inside, it was not Nick Kosef who actually comes up with the tackle. But the fact he didn't see it coming just shows the disguise that Canberra were able to put on that play. Great pass from this man.
Furner from right in front converts the try that he really made possible for Brett Mullins. So Canberra at the 33rd minute, leading by 6, Steve Roach.
Yeah, he's been the most dangerous player for the Canberra Raiders, offloading the football. David Furner gets it on the side, outside to Mullins, and just stretches out, beats a Kosef tackle. But Furner, although he might be making the hard yards in the middle, he looks dangerous when he's got the footy.
And of course we come back to what we believe was a knock on. DeVico gets some attention for a blood nose at the beginning of that set of 6. So little things in the game of rugby league, they mean a lot. I've got to say, I thought it was a knock on, which may not have given the Raiders that opportunity, but they've grabbed it with both hands inside the final 10.
Not only was it a knock on, they then suffered a penalty for a dangerous tackle on DeVico, who in fact had knocked the ball on. So it was a double jeopardy really for Manly. Now Stuart. Furner. But he's let a flare off down the right-hand end of the park, and players coming out of a sea of orange at the moment. Stuart's kick goes, it's out on the full. He won't be happy because he's right in the middle of all of that.
And he couldn't see the line, Ray. That's why it went out.
There's also a left-footer too. He was forced to go back to the other side. Good Manly pressure.
Well, if the person that threw the flare is a Canberra supporter, I don't think they'll be throwing any more, not with the wind behind them anyway. They didn't help Ricky Stuart there. Kosef across for Hopewadi.
Gee, they're looking good, Canberra, aren't they? They've really lifted their defence. It's out-muscling Manly at the moment. Here's Stuart flying up, created something. Manly go wide with Menzies again, but Clyde, marvellous, along with Pearson.
Clippy Lyons, a dummy half. Here's their try scorer, Jerry Hill, getting a kick in. And Mullins. Keen to get amongst it.
Well, what Canberra have done, they've increased the speed of their play the balls to the nth degree, and they're playing it so quickly. Manly on the back foot all the time now.
Prentice. They get tremendous impetus, though, from these two dummy halves. I've said it before, but it doesn't matter if Wolford's there or whether it's Prentice. Mal Meninga gets tremendous speed out of the dummy half position. Here's the kick by Stuart. Torrens was there. Not before the pressure, though. Mullins with a problem. Hopewadi. 15 out from the Manly line. 10-6 Canberra. 2 tries to 1. And about 3.5 minutes of the first half remaining. Cossack. Oh, Bradley Clyde miscued. He's gone down, Clyde. Manly continue down the right of the ground. Duncan wanted it on the inside. Hill couldn't get rid of it. Clyde is still down, receiving attention. Now, it's Kalila, then Phillips, now Gardner. 5 tackles gone for Manly. 22 metres away from the Canberra line. Only 12 Canberra players there. It is Lyon rolling the ball into the 10-metre zone. And it is Mark McClendon who's tackled.
And the referee stops now because there is major concern with Brad Clyde. Might be a clash of heads, is it, with Mick Kosef? Oh. Sickening blow there to Bradley Clyde. Obviously Canberra will be looking to get him off as quickly as possible. Hard hit Mick Kosef.
Sickening clash of heads, and Brad Clyde has come out of it very heavily dazed. Probably much more than that. Ricky Stuart most concerned. They will depart to Canterbury at the end of this year. 10-4 Canberra as we go to another break.
Have you seen quite well the most spectacular miniseries ever made in Australia?
She blows to starboard!
The Legend of Moby Dick, soon to win.
Good evening. The dollar has rallied in London tonight, reaching 57 US cents, well up on today's record low of 55.3. Australian stocks also recovered, finishing 43 points down, but all eyes will be on Wall Street tonight. Students as young as 7 have rallied against racism. Warnings to boil water are likely to remain for several days, and a year after Diana's death, the changing face of the royals. Sunny tomorrow, 19 degrees. All the details in Nightline at 10:40.
Melanie Griffith and Ed Harris. Milk Money premieres 8:30 Sunday.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get love the Dragons, but I'm the Dark Age. Love the Steelers, we love the Eagles. We love the Panthers, we love the Raiders. We love the Rabbitohs, we love the Knights. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
I did. G'day, Dave. Phil. Hey, Francis. How are you, mate? Well, yeah. Well, what? Notice anything different? You're sober? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My shout, eh? Yeah, all right. Yeah, your shout, Francis. No worries, mate.
Roger David.
You need plumbing gear without the fuss. Call us at Southern Plumbing Plus. We've got the service, fully trained advice. For hardware, bathrooms, more than you think. In fact, everything plus the kitchen sink. When you need more than plumbing gear, call us. Call Southern Plumbing Plus.
Wake up, it's nearly Father's Day, so give your dad something he really wants from Bunnings Warehouse. Like Bosch 10mm hammer drill, $69, 5-tie millet broom, $5.98, 4-litre Dulux 101, $41, First Alert boat and auto fire extinguisher, $17.50, 50-litre hobby box, $5.95. Our new Bunnings Warehouse at Tuggeranong is now open.
Bunnings Warehouse!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
You know, there's a problem with the Colonel's Crispy Strip combo from KFC. No, it's not the strips, made from the choicest cuts of breast fillet chicken, cooked in our special extra tasty crispy coating, or the regular chips, or the Pepsi. And at only $4.95, the problem sure isn't the price. It's just as soon as we serve the Colonel's Crispy Strip combo, they disappear. Go on, try the Colonel's Crispy Strip combo while you can.
Nobody does chicken like KFC.
Volkswagen, the shape of things to come, only at Lennox Motors Phillip. If your old car is worth $3,000, you can own Volkswagen Polo for just $79 a week, VW Golf for just $94 a week, or the luxurious new Volkswagen Passat only $148 a week. And Lennox Motors have made Volkswagen easier to own with lower weekly payments. Volkswagen, the shape of things to come, only at Lennox Motors Phillip.
Back at Bruce Stadium, and Brad Clyde is being assisted from the ground. And this is what happened. The head clash. Kosseff, the ball carrier, and Clyde took full impact on the right cheekbone, it appeared. This is McNamara now for Canberra. And the pressure taken away by Wiki. Almost out to the 20-metre line. Hetherington risking a pass. Furner. You don't often see Jeff Tuvey dropping off a tackle. Wolford to the halfway. Quick play the ball. Hetherington for Stuart. Stuart's kick goes over the head of Phillips. Duncan is back there. Three of them went in. He almost beat the trio completely. Phillips coming off his 10-metre line. Half time, 2 minutes away. 2 tries to 1, Canberra, after Manly scored through this man, Terry Hill, at the 2nd minute.
It is a very physical contest out there. Another problem, Alf Duncan limping after trying to evade those 3 defenders. You can see him, hardest player for Manly. Coming to the final 2 minutes, Manly centre field, a couple of tackles left. David Peters has to stop the catch up.
Peters, and the last tackle now. Field. And oh gee, he really went for closeness, and he got it. So the scrum will pack about 15 metres away from the Canberra line. It will be the last of the first half. Craig Hancock has gone on to take the place of Alf Duncan over on the right wing. Stuart and Popawati exchanging differences of opinion.
Oh, they might just take us through to the break with this debate.
Twice they've played this year, and Canberra has been the victor both times at Brookvale and here. This is Fullerby. Now Ruben Wiki. He's been overshadowed by Brandon Pearson tonight. Here's Brand. Halfway line. Half time. A matter of seconds away. Stuart drops it deftly over the right foot. The bounce is with Phillips for Manly. Phillips away from one, beats another. And eventually it's up to Wolford on the halfway line. Manly. Lyon. Menzies eventually put down, the half-time siren sounding. And Canberra will go to the break with a 6-point lead. Manly scored first. Canberra, they started badly, but they've rallied back, and 2 tries to 1 at the half-time break. This is the Channel 9 coverage around Australia of the first of the final for Sports Town. We go to a break, and we'll be back to Bruce Stadium in just a moment.
Join us tomorrow on Wide World of Sports when we pack the clubs for a golfing adventure in Wales. The 3-year-olds race in the Peter Pan Stakes in Sydney, and a crackfield chases the money in the Memsie Stakes in Melbourne. Plus, our stars will take a roll in the fast lane in the final of our 10-pin challenge. We'll have the latest on our netball preparation for the Commonwealth Games. See what happens when Shane Warne and Sachin Tendulkar catch up for a chat. And send down highlights of the Aussie women's historic Ashes victory in England. Pat Rafter takes a bite of the Big Apple on the eve of the US Open. We'll take you to Vancouver in 1954 when swim hero John Hendricks ruled in the pool. To Darwin for the latest on our track and field stars acclimatising for KL. Inside the world of Formula One for a chat with championship leader Mika Hakkinen. And right around the globe for the latest where and whenever it happens. All that coming your way tomorrow, right here on your Commonwealth Games Network. Home of the one and only Wide World of Sports.
Hey, hey, enjoyment. Hey, hey, excitement. Hey, hey, entertainment.
The one, the only.
Hey, hey, it's Saturday with Desway, Carly Minogue, and guest host Richard Stubbs at a special time of 8:30 on Win.
Why scramble up your budget when GIO Australia lets you pay your insurance by the month? Pay your home and contents insurance by the month. Pay your car insurance by the month. Pay your boat insurance by the month. Pay your caravan insurance by the month. Unscramble your budget. Just call GIO Australia for full details on the convenient way to pay your insurance. And that's the way it ought to be.
Painting or gardening?
Laddering.
Okay, you can use it as a step ladder or like this. It's a bit heavier, but it's strong.
That's the one.
Annoying quibbles, other cars have them, not the new Daihatsu Sirion. Its features blow them away. Daihatsu Sirion, 11,490, drive away, no more to pay. No quibbles. Daihatsu, Japan's big small car company.
In the air, it's going to be caught by... Unbelievable!
Up for all today. You were just grandstanding. That wasn't in the game plan.
I would have sinned in the lot of you. I couldn't help it.
Yeah? Take a look at that.
One of the balls is broken ranks. Oh, that's a giant hit.
There he is.
Give that man a new.
Cheers. Game plan.
What game plan?
If you don't come to BP for fuel, you may notice your engine behaving a bit unpredictably. You see, BP guarantees its quality fuel will help keep your engine clean. And a cleaner running engine is a better performing engine. So always come to BP. After all, you wouldn't want to disappoint your engine. BP, we keep you moving.
Whites and brights in cold.
Need a gift idea for Father's Day? Mitre 10's latest catalogue is full of 10 out of 10 solutions. Plus a chance to win Dad the ultimate toy.
8 o'clock Monday.
A speeding semi-trailer headed straight for you.
Crazy crashes and dangerous drivers.
On a collision course with disaster.
Some you'll have to see to believe. The very best of the world's worst drivers. Monday at 8 on Win.
Jeff Turvey bringing Manly back out as we welcome you back to Bruce Stadium. The Canberra Raiders 10, Manly 4. That's being played in the national capital in front of a very sizable crowd. Pretty hard to gauge just how many people might be here because of the fact that there is new seating open tonight. But there's a wide shot of the population that has converged on Bruce Stadium. Let's have a look at the stats out of that first half now with Peter.
And one of the first things coaches will look at is their completion rate. By that we mean each time a team has worked the football through to the 4th, 5th or 6th tackle before kicking or handing it over, although we've seen none of those tonight. Ironically, despite being behind on the scoreboard, Manly have the better completion rate. They've had 20 uses of the ball and gone through on 15 occasions, while Canberra have had it 22 times and their completion rate is 16. So what that proves is that Canberra have made more mistakes, but they've been more dangerous with the football they've been able to control. The line breaks do favour Manly, and the handling errors down the bottom, a lot of those 7 for the Raiders came early in this match. They've been much better in the last 20 minutes.
Anthony Brown doing a great job up front. He's controlling those rucks with his big defence, 16 tackles. And Bradley Clyde was charging into the fray with 7 hit-ups, and Luke DeVico, Ray Warren talked about him quite a lot, having a very, very good game, DeVico. And for the Manly side, well, Steve Menzies, you normally don't see him up the top tackling bracket, but he is tonight. 20 tackles, only the 4 hit-ups, but he's been very well marked out there, and Daniel Gartner, for mine, has been Manly's best player. 12 tackles and a massive 13 hit-ups.
Canberra then from right to left. No Bradley Clyde. We'll get an update on his condition from Steve when we go down there. And I noticed that Hancock is out there for Manly, so it would seem that Alf Duncan has been lost to the Manly side. Manly's Daniel Gartner then, the first to bring it back. Manly's first set of 6 in the new half. I wonder, can the second half be as surprisingly good for Manly as the start of the first half was? They really got a couple of free kicks given to them by Canberra.
McClendon has been accidentally hurt in this tackle. I think you'll find that his foot got hooked up in the tackle as Manly keep the ball alive. Field getting it on to Gartner.
Gartner with a big surge down the middle, just into Canberra's territory. A desperate tackle. Now it's Kalela to the 40-metre line. Just looking back at McClendon, who's being assisted from the field as Manly launch the first attacking rate of the second half. Mullins on the kick return and is flung down by Terry Hill.
And McClendon, you can see the aid he needs to get off the field. It was quite freakish, the incident. He just gets his foot caught in under the tackle. And a very nasty incident there. You can see some ankle damage or problem as a mistake from Canberra. Well, they do start the second half as they did the first. Actually put it down on the knee of Jim Sedaris.
Craig Field then to work the scrum, handling errors favouring Manly. Hopewadi putting a fend on McNamara, and now Vainakolo and McNamara try to put him over the sideline. Hopewadi then on the 20-metre line, and this is Kosev. No improvement for Manly. They start to get organised now as Field gives it on the inside for Daniel Gartner. Tuvi heads down the blind. Hopewadi linked up with Kosev. Got the pass back for Kosev. Now it's across for Kalela, and Kalela is put down, losing the ball. Wolford gets away for Canberra and is put down on the 20-metre line. So Canberra in particular were wounded coming into the game. They lost 3 players today. Now they've lost Clyde, and it looks like they've lost McClendon.
Well, the attrition rate out there is over the top. Craig Field is on one leg out there as well. You watch him limp around next time he gets involved in the action. The ball rolls forward to sideline. Phillips keeps it in. He's got Hancock in support.
Phillips beating Ruben Wickie initially. And now it's Torrens. It's the boot coming off Mark McClendon. Menzies. He's got support coming on the inside. He favours the outside. Tremendous run. 32 metres away from the Canberra line. Tuvey. Stuart keeps coming up. Lyon back to the blind side. Hancock. Menzies is there again. Mullins comes over the top. Canberra really being stretched now. 6-3 the line breaks to Manly. Cossack. And it's Canberra coming up with it.
Well, that was a ridiculous pass from Nick Cossack there. The Manly side charging back into it. Steve Menzies, not just a great player, a great athlete. What a fantastic run this one is, and he backed it up 10 seconds later with another one. Had support there, but there was some interference or some Canberra defence there which got in the way.
It's Wolford now, put down 30 metres out from his own line. Steve Roach is back from the sheds. What was Bozo saying, Steve?
Yeah, well, he was happy with the start, but he was a little bit disappointed that the side dropped off in that second part of the first half. He said, percentage coming out of our own end. Nothing stupid. We'll get opportunities down their end. He said, just shorten our passing game. It's very slippery out there. He said, Canberra looking strong coming at us. We must aim up in the middle. Markers will work. Laurie Daly's been in the Raiders' room. Laurie, what happened in there?
Yeah, obviously Mel was a bit disappointed with our ball control early on, and obviously he wants that limited. And when we've got the ball, he wants a lot of change of angles. At night time down here, it gets very slippery. And in defence, we've just got to make sure we're going at Cliff lines all day. Don't give him the time that he always wants to have on you.
Joining the commentary team tonight, Laurie Daly, the injured Canberra captain. There's Pearson now. Tries to generate something down the short side with Ruben Wickie. Wolford. Hetherington joins in. DeVico angles back. Brad will play the ball just inside the Manly 30-metre line. Stuart across for Ferner, out wide. Lyons committed to the tackle. 25 out now from the Manly line. Hetherington. And a good tackle by Menzies, but he got away a very good offload for DeVico. And that's 5 gone. 15 out from the line. Stuart puts the kick in. It came off Menzies. Another kick by Stuart.
Knock on.
But he will rule now the knock on against Manly. Canberra will get the loose head and feed to this scrum.
Is there a hint of offside here as well? Ricky Stuart kicks the football. He didn't play at it, Steve Menzies. I'm not quite sure how he gets the knock on there.
What?
So chance here for Canberra. Wolford playing at 5'8". And Mullins is taken down by Tuvey. First play. 12 metres out from the line. That's Albert Fullerbar. 5 metres away on 2. Wolford, dummy half now. DeVico, charge. Ending 2 metres from the line on 3. Priddison. Mal using both of them at the same time. He has to. Hetherington tried to get it round the corner. It came off Craig Field, went backwards, and now Menzies is down injured for Manly. Torrens, a half break. No support there for him. He's tackled just outside the 30-metre line.
What a great run, a big pressure reliever as well. Albert Torrens heading to the Adelaide Rams next year, but doing his best tonight for the Eagles.
This is Kalila. Field. Gartner angling back in.
His right leg is gone, Craig Field.
Well, he's doing a brave job. As Lyons puts it back in the middle for Phillips, and then for Tuvey. Tuvey to the 30-metre line. Koseth. Lyons. Field. Right foot kick, stabbing it down to Fulavai. Will he get back? Yes, he does, easily. And a penalty goes to Canberra. Will Harrigan.
Here. Hey! Don't worry about them. Worry about me. Shush. You're way up around here. I'm putting it on report, right? Where you go. On report.
So, on report, Craig Field for a high shot. Penalty has gone to Canberra. And it was straight around the throat, and he jumped up to make the tackle. So, first look doesn't look good for Craig Field. Laurie Daly on the sideline as we come out of that replay. What's the story on Mark McClendon?
They're strapping him up now, Ray. Hopefully we can get him back on the paddock. It doesn't look good for Bradley Clyde. He's out of the game tonight. Albert Fulavai, you know, he looks to be struggling out there, so we need all our numbers we can out there.
Laurie, is there a suggestion of a break with Bradley Clyde, or is it concussion only?
No, just a concussion. The cheekbone was fine, so obviously he'll take no more part in the game. But at the moment we're down to, I think, one reserve, so it's going to be a tough ask by the boys.
How do you feel?
Very nervous.
Ray, I know there's mixed feeling about a week off at this stage of the season, but I don't think we're going to see too many Newcastle Brisbane players get hurt over the next 3 days.
Here's Furner with a clean break to the 40. Here comes the support. Prentice has tackled 18 metres away from the Manly line. Wolford now for Stuart. Stuart goes back to the right, picks up Prentice, and Prentice is put away by Gardner. Wolford now answering the call from Stuart, and now Furner started it and looks to try and finish it. Tackle 5 for Stuart. Shows it to them. The reverse kick. Fullavai's there, and the ball comes down with Bill Harrigan calling for the video.
Well, the Canberra players believe it's a try. Luke Phillips didn't get the football. It looks, is that Payton on?
Yes, it is.
They believe that the big number 15, would you believe he was a schoolboy only about 12 months ago, has got a try from this delicate kick once again from Ricky Stuart.
Where is he?
They're just checking they're all onside.
The number 15, he's onside, and so too is the Canberra player coming through now. They're all onside. What the referee is looking at is any interference. I don't think there was.
He's had a clean shot at it by the look of it.
And if Payton gets over the top of Phillips and in between Phillips and Hancock, it's a try. For mine, the chasers are onside. I don't think Brandon Pearson got in the way of anybody illegally or Fullavai.
All depends here, Pete, if he forces it or not.
He's forced it, all right.
It's a try, all right.
Can you force the football with your foot?
No, it's got to be with part of the arms or the torso.
Okay.
And it's a try for Canberra. Their third of the night, and a big smile on a big man. Todd Payton, he won't forget this for a long time.
And the Ricky Stuart reverse kick has done it again. Plenty of Manly players there. The jump was too early. He slipped over the hurdle then. And Ricky Stuart, I mentioned before the game about his kicking game. It's his last ever game at Bruce Stadium tonight, and he's doing it in style. Well, they all went up too early for the kick, and then it popped up nicely, didn't it? But it all came, you know, from that great David Furner break. And the man he got through, Jeff Tuvey, just steamrolled him out of the way and ran 50 metres.
Isn't he putting a mark on the game, David Furner? He laid on a try for Mullins, and a tremendous run. Carried Canberra into the possession for that try then. Now he will try to convert. 15 in, 19 out. Hits it, and it's just wide of the upright. So we will go to a break with Canberra leading Manly 14 points to 4 after 50 minutes.
Giving you the clues to solve the crime. Murder Call, Tuesday.
In the air, it's going to be caught by... Unbelievable!
Up raw today.
No, you were just grandstanding. That wasn't in the game plan. I would have seen in the lot of you. I couldn't help it.
Yeah? Take a look at that.
Unbelievable! One of the balls is broken ranks. Oh, that's a giant hit.
There he is.
plan? What game plan?
It's first in, best dressed at the Solomoda European Fashion Sale starting Monday the 31st at noon, Albert Hall, Yarralumla. A once-only opportunity to save up to 80% on men's and women's designer suits and apparel direct from Italy at a fraction of normal retail price. Zegna, Versace, Yves Saint Laurent, Dolce & Gabbana and more. Genuine current season European designer fashion at unbelievable prices. Sale starts this Monday at noon, Albert Hall, Yarralumla.
Now's the time to get to work in the garden, and having the right gear makes it much easier. But don't just hire it, Town & Country hire it. They have all the equipment you need to make even the biggest job a breeze. It's easy to hire it, Town & Country hire it.
Hi, Marty Haynes here for Canberra Toyota. I drive a Toyota four-wheel drive and I love it. So will you. You'll love the freedom. And trust me when I say the team at Canberra Toyota will really look after you. Live it up in a four-wheel drive from Canberra Toyota.
Come and join the fun at Canberra's most exciting club.
It's a great place to be.
Join the Hellenic Club now for just $5 a single or $8 a family.
And you get a free book of vouchers.
Worth over $75. Poker machine vouchers, free raffle tickets, free drink vouchers, coffee vouchers, Keno and Housey tickets, free tickets in Treasure Trove. And you could win a $30 dinner every day.
It's a great place to be.
And here's the best news. Treasure Island has been extended for 5 more draws.
$75,000 more cash. 10 more chances every fortnight for 10 weeks. Enter every time you play the pokey.
And if you join or renew your membership this month, you'll receive free entries in every draw. But first, you have to join the club.
It's a great place to be.
Which club?
The Hellenic Club. I get knocked down.
For the most comprehensive rugby league coverage on radio in Canberra, tune to 1206 Canberra 2CC. Join 2CC's continuous call led by Ray Hadley every Saturday and Sunday from noon. Phil Small and Chris O'Brien will follow the Canberra Raiders for home and away matches.
And what a great game it's going to be.
For live NRL action, it's 1206 Canberra 2CC.
I'm drunk and disorderly!
If you're nervous, just back off.
This boat, it's a jewellery store on water.
You don't want a relationship. Stand by for loose ends, a daring robbery, a dangerous liaison, a chilling discovery.
We found human remains. It's 10 years ago. So there's no reason to put it in a too hard basket.
It's the season finale.
1, 2,
Get in, Gavin, get in.
3, 4. I think there's really something wrong with me.
Feel free to dive in. Water Rats Tuesday.
So, welcome you back to the national capital, Bruce Stadium, hosting the first of the Sports Tab finals. The end of the year for one of these teams, and it's looking like Manly. 14-4, Canberra leads, 3 tries to 1. The kickers have been given some tough assignments. They both came into the game with very impressive records. Canberra, 5 of their last 6, Manly, 9 of their last 10. But Canberra looks to be clean sailing at the moment. This is Torrens. Injuries right across the park. Manly have got Craig Field. Peter believes working out there on one leg. Alf Duncan is gone. Canberra's lost Brad Clyde, Mark McClendon. Well, there's a chance the little bloke might be back. But Manly are really going to have to dig deep here. Papawatu. Menzies. 20 tries this year. Would Bob Fulton love to see another one here. Fields kick. And it's Vainacola. And Gartner goes spilling away with Lyons, and Anthony Brand about to come back into the game. High defensive rate for the young man. This man has generated the attack for the Canberra forward.
Well, here's another penalty. Foot being grabbed in the tackle. 6-2 now the penalties against Manly. It's been a little while since The Seagulls have received one. Vico, the man, again involved, and you see Menzies grabbing him by the foot. I've got to say that the interchange play between the Canberra forwards tonight has been tremendous. That will boost Mal Meninga no end. Normally we expect the passing forays to come from their backs, but at times their forwards really got some great second phase play going. There's an indication of it again from Brand.
Curtis in a struggle there with Terry Hill. Now Wolford plays football while the argument continues between Hill and Prentice. And a loose ball picked up by Stuart, given away for Payton. And he will play it on the 30-metre line. Manly's end of the park. 14-4. Mullen. An inside ball from Stuart. Furner. Stuart again. Cutting out play. Wide for Wiki. And Ruben Wiki will play it on tackle number 5. 16 metres out from the line. Wolford into the hands of Stuart. Stuart goes across. And a beautiful take by Torrens. That had a lot of authority about it.
Well, again, as the quick restart comes from Manly, we've got a Manly player who has been ruled out straight away. That's the tape. And the Craig Field straight away signalled to the sideline that he was no good.
Torrens asked to play the ball now. 8 metres on his own side of halfway. Gardner. He's on his bench. It's been whittled away. Just like Canberra's. I think Laurie said they're playing with one reserve.
Well, at the moment, Ray, they've got Simon Wolford playing at 5'8". No Croker, no Daly, no McClendon. They've got their starting hooker playing in the pivot role.
Gee, Manly's kicking game, I think it's been very, very ordinary tonight. The kicks have just been nothing kicks. Most of them. There's another one just gone a fraction too long, but they've really put no pressure on the wingers under the high ball. No grubbers in behind the line, no short kicks.
Tomorrow, a very big day for rugby league viewers. 4 o'clock, you'll see St George in Canterbury, I should say. And then tomorrow night live at 6:30, you'll see North Sydney and Parramatta. Tickets are available to all those finals, by the way. There's still tickets available. I think with all the talk about Cogra not being big enough, people have shied away, but we're led to believe the tickets are available. Manly with it on their own 40-metre line. Bob Fulton has still got 2 reserves out there that he hasn't used. Menzies and Kosef. 45 metres away from the Canberra line. Canberra 14-4. Kallela. Field. Lyons. Phillips. Shrugging away the attempted tackle by Wolford. It's come back down to the man that lost it originally. Injured Canberra players applauding.
Well, the Manning players are saying to Bill Harrigan, where was the knock on, Bill? Phillips makes the break, less his headgear. No touch there from the Eagles. It's hard to find a knock on in there.
No, it's play on.
Pearson putting a kick down the ground on the first tackle from the scrum. And Torrens is there to be tackled by Vainikolo.
Well done. He's a good kid, this Albert Torrens. He can play.
Hancock across from the right wing.
And well done from Canberra too. Showing plenty of initiative there, trying to catch Manly out. The surprise element nearly came off, but Manly come wide. Field onto Hill, juggles the ball.
2-on-1 situation as Terry Hill takes it 35 metres away from the Canberra line. Menzies. Field. Catch and pass is all he can offer, and the pass went forward. I thought Harrigan allowing it to go, the crowd not liking it. Gardner. This is tackle number 5. Tuvey, Field. Kicking for his right winger, but it's got too much weight on it. To the 20-metre line for the restart. 14-4 Canberra. They led 10-4 at the break. McNamara is off for Canberra. And this is DeVico. Sweeping it in for Payton. Trailing around the legs is Gartner. Now it's Atkins. And a knock on by Prentice. And Manly will come up with the football from the scrum just on the Canberra side of halfway.
Well, it's not as if Canberra haven't given Manly chances. They've given them plenty tonight, but so far they just haven't been good enough to take them, the Eagles. And Canberra's still doing it quite nicely. A brave effort by the Raiders tonight. Less 5 of their stars, and a few have dropped out again tonight with injuries.
Terry Hill with an exhibition of strength. Eventually they nailed him. Took them a long time though, and here's a penalty to Manly.
Jeff, you shush.
Against Anthony
Don't
Brand.
throw your hands up. Just shush.
Still enough time there for Manly. 20 minutes to go, and Anthony Brand giving that penalty. Which of course heads Manly in the right direction. The tap will be taken on the 30-metre line. McClendon's coming back. Gardner just outside the 20. Hetherington also waiting for Canberra to come on. As Kwasek plays the ball just outside the 10-metre line. Tuvey, inside pass for Terry Hill. And Hill will play. Back to Sedaris. Field, and he's lost it. So Manly repaying the favour to Canberra.
Well, Craig Field, unfortunately, has had a very, very unhappy night. I know he's out there playing injured. He's a tough little bloke. He's doing his best, but I know that Andrew Hunter could go on the field, play fullback. Hancock back to fullback and put Luke Phillips in at 5'8". They could do that.
Vaynerchuk. Vernon. He wouldn't mind if the scoreboard doesn't change. I think his main desire now as captain would be, let's try and control it better than we have been. Not like that. And Menzies is with it. Just outside the Canberra 30-metre line, so an opportunity again for the Manly Sea Eagles. Tuvey. Field has got himself into dummy half. Gardner. Might be a bad ploy if, in fact, Field does, if he stays out there, get to dummy half. Really, he's only just catching and passing. He's not offering any danger. Here he is again. And Stuart came up quick. Lyons has beaten him, but now the ball's gone back to Stuart. Now some panicky football. And here's Wiki. Stuart coming up out of the line, which he's done all night. And now it's a break made by Vaynerchuk. Pulled down on the 40-metre line. Canberra with a chance to put Manly away. But McClendon through the middle, and Tuvey is there with Gardner. 30 metres away from the Manly line. Stuart turns it back in. McClendon to the 20-metre line, almost on fire. Prentice. Brand. Atkins puts a little kick in, and Torrens has been perfectly placed all night. He shuts them down. 14-4. With 17 minutes to go.
Yeah, time starting to run out for the Eagles. A good set of 6 there again from Canberra because it gave them good field position at the end of it. Every now and then they come up with an individual effort going straight through. We've seen Foyner do it. We've seen Bainacolo. Menzies now benefiting from a good pass from Nick Kosef, who is another option of maybe putting out the 5'8" out with clip lines.
Jalala. And the ball has come down to Priddis for Canberra. 23. Oh, Field has put it right on Priddis. Peters has come running in.
Here.
Down to Bill Harrigan.
Come here. Hey, all the way. Dave, cool him down, take him away. Craig, come here. You can't just let fly with the punches like that, mate. He didn't. He got up, he pushed you away because you're hanging on him. Don't you push him away. Don't push him away. Right, penalties against you.
Out down this end.
I'm looking at it, Jeff. I'm watching.
The penalty has gone to Canberra. Let's just watch this and see what does happen. I thought he put a punch on him, and he did. But what Harrigan did say to Priddis was, don't you push him away. In other words, the player with the ball can't fend the marker away. And really the first breach was by Luke Priddis. Then, of course, Craig Field has paid the penalty for trying to administer the law himself. If you look at the pictures as we have done just now, the man with the football cannot get up and push the marker away. That could have easily brought a penalty to Manly. This is not too difficult for David Furner. 21 metres in from touch, and the flags are in the air. So are the hopes of Canberra. 16-4 with 15 to go.
3 words.
I love you.
Has Mike running scared.
After she pulls the rabbit out of the hat, she boils it.
Plus, Carter and Stuart's big adventure.
What's a good name for a gay bar? Bite me.
Spin City. 9 o'clock Monday on Win Television.
It's a fact. You could save money on your home or car insurance. So don't renew your insurance until you call GIO first on 13 10 10. One call could get you a much better deal.
Easy. Now that's the way insurance ought to be.
The enchilada goes like this.
Oh, it's more like this.
Enchilada. This is how you do an enchilada. Well, it will be with an Old El Paso enchilada kit. Old El Paso enchiladas. Anyone can learn the steps.
Look, I don't understand why you pay less for health insurance premiums and I pay more.
Well, I've agreed to pay an excess.
Not excess, you pay less.
Yeah, but if I go to hospital, I pay an excess then, so I pay less now.
More then and less now.
Yeah, and you pay more now and less then. Understand?
Yeah. More or less.
Medibank Private's excess options are just another way you can select and save with Medibank Private.
I feel better now.
In the air, it's going to be caught by... Unbelievable!
Up raw today.
No, you were just grandstanding. That wasn't in the game plan. I would have seen in the lot of you. I couldn't help it.
Yeah? Take a look at that.
Unbelievable! One of the balls has broken ranks. Oh, that's a giant hit.
There he is.
Give that man a new.
Cheers.
Game plan?
What game plan?
The Falcon Runouts on its final lap, with the last shipments of current model Falcons being delivered to dealers. GLIs and Futuras, some still with air, alloys, cruise control and electric windows at no cost, plus massive run-out bonuses. You'll save thousands across the range, but stocks are limited and these prices may never be repeated. You can't afford to miss the biggest run-out sale of the year. The Falcon Runout. They're going fast, and once they're gone, that's it.
Commonwealth Games Gold, proudly brought to you by McDonald's. Australian sprint champion John Treloar won 3 gold medals at the Auckland Empire Games of 1950.
Delore wins easily in 21.5 seconds.
But the one that tested his powers of patience and speed to the limit was the 100 yards final. After 3 false starts, Canada's Bruce Petty was disqualified, only to be reinstated with the approval of his fellow runners. The fans waited an additional anxious hour until the runners would return to the blocks. Delore began slowly, but produced his famous finishing burst to swamp the opposition on the line.
Delore wins by 2 yards in 9.7, 1/10 slower than his record in the semi-final.
Commonwealth Games Gold, proudly brought to you by McDonald's.
Phillips with the restart. Mullins 28 metres away from his own line. McClendon on for Atkins. 40-metre line. Canberra's end of the park. Laurie Daly and Steve Roach on the sideline.
Yeah, it's been
what we might do, Steve, you might be able to get from Laurie an indication of how many of the stars will be available for next weekend if Canberra do go on.
Yeah, I was just talking to him about it. He said that they'll have a full complement of players next week, but as I said to Laurie, except for Laurie, but I said to him it'd be hard for Mal Meninga to change the side, Laurie.
Yeah, the way they've gone tonight, they've certainly done very well. We've had a lot of injuries. But, yeah, everyone will be available next week, Ray, except for myself. So if we can get through tonight, we'll go all right.
Stuart, rubbing kick, and well read by Luke Phillips. Meant to make the point when that try was scored by Canberra by Payton, Todd Payton earlier. It didn't deserve to be Luke Phillips making the mistake. He has been so good and so safe for Manly. I noticed that Duncan is back on for Manly. Gutner.
Laurie, at this stage of a game like this, would a message go out, or would it be in the mind the field goal from Ricky Stuart?
No doubt, Sterlo. I think Ricky will be smart enough to know that's the goal. And I think if we can score any more points on him here, mate, we'll wrap the game up.
Here's Atkins making a charge for Canberra. And it's a penalty to Manly.
I called 0, mate.
Well, what he's got him for is that Harrigan called 0 tackle.
Why couldn't he get up and run?
And there was not a hand on him, and he just got up and ran. But Harrigan said, no, I called 0.
It's like your old favourite, Ray. If he lies there, it's a voluntary tackle. You've got every right to get up and run, surely.
Gutner. Now, crossing down to the Canberra 40-metre line. 16-4. Sedano. Manly desperate now for points. That is Torrens down the left wing. He's 22 metres away from the Canberra line. Through from 2 to field. Lyon. Menzies is outside him, but Canberra come up and shut Lyons down. That combination of Lyons and Menzies brought many teams undone. But Canberra read that very well. Here's Menzies out wide now. And McClendon is there to make the tackle on fire. Terry Hill. Lyon. Field. Right foot kick is high and across towards the touchline. Came off the fingers of Torrens, and Ferner comes galloping away for Canberra to be tackled by Colella. Vainacola. Looking. Tucks the chin in. Looks at the brick wall and says, I'm going to run through you. Now, Brandon Pearson. Curtis for Atkins. 6 metres from the halfway line. Canberra trying to make certain of everything they do now. And then ending it like that. And that's a perfect recipe.
Yes, the more they can have the ball out of play, the better. So the clock winding down, approaching the 70-minute mark. Ricky Stuart outside his 40 metre, so he wasn't really concerned about trying to get it inside the 20. He was quite happy just to see it roll over the sideline. Time ticks away for Manly. It's been a valiant effort at the end of the season, but I think the look of Bob Fulton on his face tells the story.
And his position, of course, today as national coach, handed over to Wayne Bennett. Bob still with a year of his contract to run with Manly. Upper one, away for Torrens, who fends off one, but is pulled down about 45 metres out from his own line. They haven't really worried Canberra in the second half. Menzies, and a bootlace tackle by Pearson. 45 metres away from the Canberra line. Lyons tries to get something going down the blind side. Hill is put away. Duncan. Lyons. Field. Kalela's out wide with Cossack. Back from Menzies. No, it's not. It's Phillips. And he's tackled on the 30-metre line on 5. Tuvey. And Field for the right foot kick towards Vainacola. Oh, and he came down without it. Knock on. He'll play the knock on. Here is one of the last throws of the dice. And Manly offered a charge.
Well, they're desperate for a try, the Eagles, but apart from when Terry Hill ran around Brandon Pearson in the second minute of the game, they haven't looked like scoring a try. This is their best chance in a long time.
They've won the scrum, and Lyons turns Phillips inside. Ricky with a smashing tackle. Now, Tuvey using Kalela. Kalela looked to get it out the back, but then succumbed to the tackle of Ferner and Pearson. That hurt him too. Field. Stuart comes up again, hunting them back. Now they get it outside to Menzies. 10 metres away from the Canberra line. Gunn. Back to the blind. Saddam. Flick pass for Hopewada. Two. Lyons. Long pass. Field. And it's gone back and down. Canberra down the ground with McClendon. I'm just wondering if that ball was knocked out by Canberra. Brand. British. It all happened so quickly. I just got the impression that the Manly player had the ball knocked out of his hands by the Canberra player. At least should have been a knock on, I thought. Might have even been a touch of offside, if that was the case. Hetherington. 15 away from the Manly line.
This is field goal time.
Wolford. Stuart got a bad pass. Gets the shot away. It's good. There's another point for Canberra. 17-4. They're heading for weekend number 2.
They're there. It's a difficult ball for Ricky Stuart to take, but it actually kind of helped in the end. He was able to run onto the football. And he's always been a great kicker going back to his rugby union days, and he's as good a drop kicker as there is in the game of rugby league now.
Ricky Stuart will walk off Bruce Stadium for the last time in 7 minutes as a hero, as he has been here on many, many occasions. Got another great game tonight.
Vainacola sets himself for another chance. Oh, haven't we got a crowd pleaser here? Atkins.
I don't use it lightly, Ray, but I haven't seen a blockbusting winger like Vainacola since the days of Eric Grove.
Well, aren't they a breath of fresh air? Blokes like Marcus Bai and Leslie Vainacola. Ferner, long strides down 12 metres from the Manly line. Wolford, done it. And then is taken by Peters and Menzies. Phillips. We must get them one of those Martin headgear. Now, Stuart back and across, and it's with Gunn. Cossack. Lyon. Inside. Menzies. Streaking up the middle. Fending away. Over the halfway. The ball goes to ground. Manly still with it. Torrens has got it and 6 more tackles. Field. Ball going way back down the ground, and it's with Daniel Gartner. Put down by McClendon. 45 metres up the ground, now to the halfway. Phillips. Cossack. Lyons. Menzies. Lyons and Menzies trying to get something going. Gartner limping from the field. But it's all over for Manly. They've been gallant. They had no hope, a lot of people thought, of making the top 10. And they have clawed their way into it. But 17-4 and 4 minutes to go. They're out of it for this year.
And just on Daniel Gartner, who we just saw leave the field, what a great performance. You have to single out any one Manly player who had a blinder tonight, it's him. He tried his ring out, 24 tackles and 23 hit-ups, a magnificent effort by him in a beaten side.
Well, I'll tell you what, Paul, he's had plenty of opportunity to do that. What is very surprising in this game, it's a semi-final, a final, and in a 17-man game, which the game is these days, Manly have only used 15. We haven't seen Scott Fulton or Andrew Hunter put into the game at all, and that's extremely surprising with the game the way it is in the modern day.
Stuart. Phillips. Just outside his own 20-metre line. Don't forget tomorrow, it is football, football and more football. St George and Canterbury tomorrow afternoon. Paul will host that. Andrew will call it. And then tomorrow night live from Parramatta. Norths and Parramatta. Knock on.
There, Anthony Kallela there, taking in a strong 2-man tackle. The ball popped out. A couple of minutes to go. Jeff Tuvey. He's done his best tonight. Hasn't found too many metres out of dummy half.
Oh, the Canberra crowd, they're loving it. Absolutely loving it. And of course, Canberra now going to play the loser of the Melbourne Roosters game. It'll happen next weekend. Melbourne the Roosters play on Sunday. You'll see that at 4 p.m.
Talking about the Canberra crowd loving it, it's a very disappointing crowd, really, when you think about it. It's a home team semi-final, and it's attracted 15,953. And I would have thought against Manly that is a disappointing crowd. Sidaris, hammered by Furner. Oh, he's been great tonight,
Yeah,
Furner.
I'll tell you what, Ray, as Hopewadi gets away, there's a blue in the middle of the field. He's away.
Well, he's got rid of Mullins and he carries on down to the 30, with most attention centering on a fight that erupted back down the ground.
Yes, that's where my eyes were.
Lyons up the middle, and he's pulled down, losing the ball. A scrum will pack.
Here comes the touchy. He's seen. I know Simon Wolford was involved. Cliff Lyons, the legs just weren't quick enough to beat McClendon in the dash to the line, but the touch judges eventually come in to report a bit of a situation involving a few players. 2 rucks earlier, Wild Hopewadi. Here it is. Wolford, he does the flop, and the man who was flopped on gets up and resents it. Is it Adam Peters? It's tough to find out. He's the bloke in the middle of that trying to get out with his jersey being tucked off. Be interesting to see which way this penalty goes.
Well, the way it's looking to me, it's going to be a Canberra penalty, with the Manly player resenting the tackle on him. No, it's gone to Manly. So I thought it might have been the resentment shown by the Manly player for the tackle from Furner.
Well, I think the penalty has gone against Simon Wolford for coming in on with a second tackle. Just on Wolford, he's been super tonight.
Last game for this tremendous warrior of the game, Cliff Lyons. Bows out tonight. An ornament to the game. And of course to his club Manly. Field to Lyons. Menzies to the 20-metre line. Full-time siren, only a matter of seconds away. Field, Tuvey, players to choose from. Hill gets it. Mount with Duncan, stepping off his right foot. And will be made to play the ball just outside the 10-metre line. 17-4. Canberra have simply gone further in front since the break. Back and for Duncan. Tuvey. Field. Lyon. And everywhere he is, Menzies is sure to be. Colella. The crowd is counting it out. And Canberra have gone to the second week of the finals. They will play the loser of the match that we will telecast on Sunday. That's Ben Kennedy and the Walking Wounded. And they've got plenty of them. But they will play the loser of Melbourne and Sydney City. That match, of course, will be played next Saturday, either at Olympic Park or at the Sydney Football Stadium. Laurie Daly has retired to be with the other injured Canberra players. And we certainly thank him for his input into the telecast tonight. That's the third match that Mal Meninga has gone head-to-head with Bob Fulton. And the scoreboard reads Meninga 3, Fulton 0. And we started the telecast with a shot of the master and the pupil having a chat before the game. Cliff Lyons, the end of a glorious career. It's a sad way to go out. But he needn't reflect on sadness. Ricky Stuart leaves Bruce Stadium for the last time. One of the sad parts of keeping under the salary cap, I suppose. And players like Stuart and Lyons can't be accommodated under the cap. But Canberra have won. They've played Manly 3 times this year, and 3 times they've beaten them. So the Sea Eagles bow out, and 10 becomes 9. We will take a break and be back with you after the break. Peter and Paul will wrap it up, and Blocker will have the McDonald's $1,000 Man of the Match for you. All of that from Bruce Stadium in just a moment.
See it naked lady.
How much trouble can pocket money buy?
I'm gonna get in such trouble for this. Us too.
Melanie Griffith and Ed Harris.
My son bought me a hooker.
Milk Money premieres Sunday 8:30 on Win Television.
This is no ordinary eye drop. It's a more refreshing kind of eye relief. It's Vicine Revive, the one that soothes and refreshes. Vicine Revive takes the red out as it puts the moisture back in.
This year, the new Patrol has been a pretty hot item. And this deal from Nissan Access Prestige Lease is sure to make it even more popular. Right now, you can lease a new Patrol with a low interest rate of just 6.25%. That's right, just 6.25%. And Nissan guarantees the future value of your Patrol when the lease is up. So you won't get burned. The Nissan Patrol.
Doesn't mean you can't stay close. Telstra STD economy rates start from as little as 5 cents a minute, depending on where you call. It's just one of the ways we're making it easier for your voice to reach the people you love.
How's the shopping? Sensational.
It's going to be a big Father's Day this year at Magnet Mart. Save on Willow's Nuts and Bolts Organiser, $18.95. And try pulling Dad away from the Series 2000 Work Centre, just $429. Or maybe the Einhell Compound Mitre Saw, 800 watts of power for only $199. And make your own nutrient-rich fertiliser from household scraps with the Realm Worm Farm, just $59.95. Remember, this Father's Day, you'll find it all at Magnet Mart, where low prices are the big attraction.
Come and join the fun at Canberra's most exciting club.
The Hellenic Club is a great place to be.
Join the Hellenic Club now for just $5 a single or $8 a family.
And you get a free book of vouchers.
Worth over $75. Poker machine vouchers, free raffle tickets, free drink vouchers, coffee vouchers, Keno and Housey tickets, free tickets in Treasure Trove. And you could win a $30 dinner every day.
The Hellenic Club is a great place to be.
And here's the best news. Treasure Island has been extended for 5 more draws.
$75,000 more cash. 10 more chances every fortnight for 10 weeks. Enter every time you play the pokey.
And if you join or renew your membership this month, you'll receive free entries in every draw. But first, you have to join the club.
It's a great place to be.
Which club?
The Hellenic Club.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Allen's Quit, $1 million of winter stock. Up to 50% off all ladies' winter stock. Up to 50% off all men's winter stock. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Allen's Quit all winter stock. Up to 50% off all kids' winter gear. Up to 50% off winter quilts, wool underlays, sheets and cookware. Allen's final winter stock clearance must end Saturday.
This year's Sports Tab final series goes to the Canberra Raiders. A strong performance in defeating Manly 17 points to 4. Pearson, Mullins and Payton got tries. Ferner kicked 2 from 4. Ricky Stuart wrapped up things with a late field goal. While Manly, they scored first through Terry Hill. Luke Phillips unsuccessful with just 1 kick at goal. Almost an impossibility to pick the man of the match tonight. Canberra were great all across the park. The man we finally chose is with Steve Roach.
The $1,000 McDonald's Channel 9 man of the match goes to Canberra captain David Ferner. Dave, congratulations. You had to soak up plenty of pressure in the first half, but your defence was outstanding.
Yeah, I think that was the key. We had a poor start. We couldn't have gave them a better start. We dropped 2 balls, one off the kickoff that went out. But, you know, our defence sort of held on and we kept them down to 4, so we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, magnificent performance considering Clyde was lost 20 minutes into the game, McLindon with an injury, and the injuries you had taken into the game. Fantastic effort by your forwards.
Yeah, it was actually. We're starting to put it together, and these are the times that you want to really play. You know, semi-final football, I think, is the best time to be playing. And you know, the young blokes, Toddy Payton, Luke DeVico, come on, Dave Atkins, they all done their job, and we can only get stronger. But we're very happy with the win.
Yeah, Friday night at Bruce Stadium, you guys really love it, don't you? Only lost 2 games this season. I bet you wish the semis could be played there every week.
Oh, we'd love that, but obviously that you got to win them away as well, and we just got to wait and see who we play, and have a good rest this weekend, and wait for next weekend.
Well, headaches for Mel. A lot of players coming back next week too.
Yeah, it can only sort of strengthen us. Benny Kennedy to be back. I think also Kenny Nagus and obviously Jason Kroger. So as a squad, we can get stronger, and we just got to cut out our mistakes.
Well, David, congratulations on behalf of McDonald's and Channel 9. Good luck.
Thanks, Block, and I'd like to thank McDonald's.
Obviously relishing the relatively new role as skipper, he was a constant menace, but so too were the likes of Woolford, DeVico, Vainicalo and Wiki. And for Manly, I thought both Gardner and Steve Menzies were inspirational. And Paul, we've seen a lot of Canberra of late, but tonight I thought they were as focused and as tough as I've seen in a long, long time.
A very good performance by the Raiders tonight. They played it very hard right up the middle. The likes of DeVico and Woolford and Prentice, the dummy half runners, were terrific tonight. Got many, many yards up the middle of the ruck there. Manly, I thought, very disappointing. Probably their worst performance in about 3 months. But just back on Canberra, Ricky Stewart's kicking game once again came to the fore. The short kicks, the field goal. There's nothing he can't do out there, Ricky Stewart. He's inspirational tonight, and a great performance by the Raiders.
Yeah, tremendous game to start what is a big weekend of rugby league on Channel 9. It starts as early as 6 a.m. tomorrow with our second semi-final in this year's Aussie Home Loans Cup. It's between Erindale College and Westfield Sports High. The winner of that will take on Parramatta Marist in this year's decider. Saturday afternoon, we're off to Cogra Oval at 4 o'clock for the clash between St George and Canterbury. The loser of that game is out. It is an elimination final. And on Saturday night, live at 6:30 p.m. from the Parramatta Stadium, the Eels and the Bears